new clues about Wallet 1, which is back at the top spot. And we have some fantastic news about new listings, and of course the amazing birthday event. So stay tuned, it's worth it. Hey, welcome to Crypto Owl. Kaspa is back again. Great shirt here, if you ask me. Great shirt behind Milan. Very cool. And let's take a look at what's been happening. I was on vacation for a while. It was fall break after all. And because of that, I made fewer videos. And of course, after the holidays, a Kaspa video has to be back at the start as well. No question about it. Let's take a look at the chart, since the hint for this video was pre-recorded. You're seeing this a few hours later. All of this is before the interest rate decision because I won't be there on that day, meaning tomorrow. That's why I definitely want to record a new Kaspa video. Here's the chart. It might look a little different for you. In any case, we can see that there was a massive sell-off on Friday the 10th, October. And of course, that's not great and initially caused some turmoil. You can see that again here in the chart, even though the weekend was actually positive. So here we are again, the weekend in the positive chart Saturday, when Bitcoin also reacted a bit more positively. Otherwise, yeah, the last few weeks haven't been so nice to watch. But when you look at it again, me being an old trader, I drew this in here, this yellow line, and I said here, a breakout has to happen somewhere. Yeah, and the breakout happened in the wrong direction. That's not how I imagined it. Right now, there's a vote going on at Binance, and it's interesting because it's on Binance, a vote about the top 100 people, influential people, or I'm not exactly sure what it's called. In any case, there's a ranking where you can vote for certain people, and Jonathan Sampolinski is currently in the lead, and also Michael Sutton. It's worth voting there. The links, you'll find them in the community. The whole thing will run for a few more days, just a bit longer, and then it will be confirmed, or rather, I don't even know exactly when it ends. I just keep seeing vote, vote, vote. I clicked the link, logged in, and I couldn't even vote. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe you need to be eligible somehow, or maybe it's because I'm a European customer. And maybe I'm just not allowed to participate. That could be the case too. In any event, it's really exciting what the Kaspa community is putting together here. Then, just a quick note, since the question will probably come up. The shirt, you can get it at Kaspa Fabulogy. You'll find the link in the video description or pinned in the comments if you want to buy one of these two shirts. Just a quick note, I don't want to drag this out too long. Then there was the topic of new exchange listings, and yes, you already saw that with OKX. With those recurring green lights, we had this topic for a long time. It stuck with us for quite a while. And a lot of people said, yes, there's going to be a Kaspa listing. But in the end, it didn't happen. In the end, it was just, or it's their Web3 solution or their new app. We're curious to see what comes of it, but it's probably not going to be what we all think, namely a Kaspa listing. And now it continues because now Crypto.com is doing the same thing. So Crypto.com, but also HTX. If anyone knows more about this, feel free to leave a comment. There are wild speculations going around again. It could be that this was simply copied. HTX posted the video. Crypto.com only posted a screenshot of it where it simply says, at some point the charts will go up again. That's why the car is glowing green. I'm really curious to see what happens. In any case, the community immediately says that's the Kaspa sign. That reminds us exactly of what happened with OKX. So just stay relaxed, friends. Stay completely relaxed. We actually have a new listing, namely on Bybit.eu. We already know Bybit.com, but Bybit.eu is new. Kaspa is now listed there. When Bybit.eu launched, I saw the 50 or 60 cryptocurrencies there and thought, where's your Kaspa, friends? Hello. And that's new now. It's available. Hasn't been for long, since the 25th. October? So just the first few days. If you want to buy it and you're not on Bybit.eu yet, feel free to sign up using my link. You can see here, starting from the 16th. October, that's when it all started. Okay, according to the chart. But you can sign up here and also secure another 20 USDC as a bonus. This also applies with my link. You can find all the information on our homepage. You'll find everything there. And that is, Bybit has launched $20. Buy it here. It's easy. Easy, simple. I can show you that again. And here you can easily make a deposit. Deposit euros. Or use a very simple purchasing mechanism here as well. You can easily send, for example, 200 euros to Kaspa here. And all of this even with a lot of options here. Bank card, Google Pay, Apple Pay. So lots of possibility. And of course, you can also do it the other way around. So you can also sell it. But why would anyone do that voluntarily? Sell Kaspa? If I sell 10,000 Kaspa, how many euros would I have then? You could go out to eat with that. No, just kidding. In any case, you can see here that you can do all of this very easily and simply. Or if you top up USDC, then you can also just use it normally here. You can do spot trading in this case. And remember the 20 USDC welcome bonus you get here with Bybit using the link in the video description. And of course, you're supporting the channel. The big topic, Binance and Kaspa. We've had Kaspa futures available for a long time now. Binance has never missed out on the trading volume, but a spot. Spot listing is still missing. And that's exactly what we're hoping for, that Wallet One is the key to all of this. There are some really nice images from the community, in my opinion. For example, this one here at the Binance headquarters. That's pretty much what it looks like. And they're basically just waiting to launch and list the whole thing. Let's take a look inside the wallet. The wallet that has once again reached the #1 spot, and which had temporarily slipped to second place because of Maxida. Well, it's always been back and forth anyway. And that's special because this wallet keeps accumulating, while for exchanges like Maxi and Bybit, that's where the money comes from, or rather, when cash is paid out there, wallet #1 just keeps accumulating always. It now holds 4.2% of the entire KAS supply, which is really insane, and many agree it has to be Binance, or rather, Wintermute. And Wintermute, there's an interesting clue about that, dear friends. And it really could be Wintermute, because we've seen this happen. And I find that extremely exciting. Specifically, there was an unusual outflow from wallet #1. Let's check, was that really the case? We go to the wallet and see, yes, KAS was actually sent out, friends. They were sent out. And if you take a closer look, you'll see they were sent out and received by another wallet. And this wallet then sent it to the KAS wallet. 108 was sent. And that is Bitwabo. So KAS is also listed on Bitwabo. And KAS was then sent there. Now the big question is, was it actually a private individual who sent it to Bitwabo and is now selling KAS? Someone who accumulates and sells? That doesn't make sense. So what could it be? Could it actually be a market maker after all? And now we're already in the right mode. Namely, market maker. That's it, and that's really good. And there is a statement here. I'm sure that wallet #1 belonged to Wintermute, because Wintermute works with Bitwabo as a market maker. It's also strange that the wallet makes purchases on Bybit, and makes purchases on Gate.io, and then afterwards sends funds from the same wallet to Bitwabo. And that's interesting, because here it said that everyone is watching this wallet anyway, friends. Everyone is monitoring this wallet. And it was observed that everything was withdrawn from Bybit and Gate.io to this wallet. So these received transactions are then checked. Where do they come from? Where were they bought? And then many people say, yes, for example, that came from Bybit, that came from Gate.io. Sometimes also from Maxi, although Maxi was very, very little. The wallet doesn't buy from Maxi either. But that's quite interesting. And Wintermute is a major market maker. And Wintermute is also the main market maker for Binance. At least it works together with Binance. And that, again, leads many people to conclude that it's Binance. And that's something where many say, yes, it's very, 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 very likely that it's Binance. But, well, Wintermute as a market maker, which would then work together with Binance if Binance were to list the whole thing. We can be very curious, but there's another attempt at trolling here, or is there? So they linked this wallet #1, I don't even know how that's possible, with Binance 06.cas. Because if you enter this wallet address, how can I, when I enter it, get to this wallet address, which is Aquaman's, the one with 1.1 billion, which at the same time is also this address here. So how can that be? Did someone somehow, how can you even link that? Actually, you have to confirm that with your wallet. And the whole thing was interesting again. Is this some kind of trolling attempt where someone just put this together? Or did the actual person or someone with access to this wallet really do this? And said, let's do Binance 06. Why actually 06? I still haven't understood that. 06, is that the founding year of Binance? I don't know, but you can tell me. You probably know that again. Once again, I don't know the connection. 06, Binance 06, whatever. Maybe I'm missing the connection, but that's also because I'm not a Binance customer. Or rather, I've never really been a big Binance fan. It probably has something to do with that. In any case, there's already a lot of wild speculation going on. Is it a trolling attempt, yes or no? But these are some very interesting news items about the topic. What is a wallet? #1, who has access to this wallet and who owns it? Is it Wintermute, the major market maker of Binance, or is it Binance itself? The speculation doesn't stop. Who actually owns a wallet? A wallet should always belong to you, which is why there's a top offer from Tangam here, dear friends. Take a look at this. Family package 50% off. Actually, it's a total of 60% because And you get 10% off your first wallet with the code CryptoYule, and you get another 50% off on top for a second package, as you can see here. And free shipping is included as well, so you can really save a lot, dear friends. And the 25% off for the Tangem ring is also available with both codes, or via the link in the video description or pinned comment. But remember to choose the right size. That's a really important point. But this is a real offer. 60% off 2 Tangem wallets. And you see, Kaspa is available as a design. Of course, you can choose other designs as well. So you always have to choose one of the regular or stealth wallets, and then you can additionally pick a Kaspa wallet. Of course, you can also get Kaspa separately. Buy it with 10% off using the code CryptoYule. You get that on top as well. Of course, you'll find the link for all of this in the video description. Then it's coming up. Kaspa's birthday, friends. Kaspa's birthday is coming up, and it's on the 7th of November. And for that, the community wants to organize something really special. Namely, the next big community event. After all the transactions, which went well, the big community event is coming up. Specifically, run a Kaspa node. A Kaspa node basically means you run a small network. Many of you might know this, like those little servers you can buy for Bitcoin. You set it up at your place, plug it into the power, connect it to Wi-Fi, and just like that, you have a node. In this case, it's a Kaspa node that validates transactions. In other words, it checks whether the transactions are correct. You don't earn anything just by running a node, but this network node, a node, supports the network and of course helps make the network more secure and larger. And for this, there's a big campaign from Flux and the Cut. Specifically, we want to finally set up 1,000 public Kaspa nodes here. The whole thing is even happening with Nacho. Nacho is supporting this with NFTs, and the whole thing is also happening with Kaspex and so on. So as you can see here, there's an awesome community initiative going on. I'll gladly read it out for you. It's all happening with Flux. And this is the interesting part. Namely, Flux says it themselves, you can easily create a public Kaspa network node, and by now, over 500 are already participating. You can easily host 3 nodes without having to do anything yourself, no hardware or electricity required, just simple hosting for a fixed price. Specifically, host 3 nodes for $27.20. You can pay for all of this with Flux, or you can also pay with KAS, or even in dollars, with credit card and so on. So you can do all of this very easily here. Host it. This is what it all looks like. Here you can home run Flux node. You see, that's how you log in here and host everything. There are some YouTube videos about it, so I don't even need to explain it to you. Just Google it or type it into YouTube. With the Flux Cloud, you can easily create your own node. It's really simple to do here in this dashboard. Like I said, that's already an explanation. Just pay for everything easily, monthly costs. But you don't have to worry about anything else anymore. As I said, decentralized login or regular login, both are possible here. So decentralized third-party email and password is, of course, also an option, or decentralized login with the available wallets. And then you can keep an eye on your own node here, or you can easily create one right here. And that's 3 of them for $27.20. That's pretty cheap, I'd say, right? Now, a really interesting topic, comparisons. I don't really like making them, but I do enjoy reading them. So after the Monero 51% attack, we saw that many people said, I need an alternative. And suddenly Zcash resurfaced from obscurity. So a lot of people then invested in Zcash. And here there's a comparison of these payment options. Let me move myself out of the way. Namely, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash. Then we see here market capitalization, block time. Look, when it comes to block time, Kaspa is clearly at an advantage. Kaspa's market capitalization is the lowest, so there's definitely potential for value appreciation. Transaction fee, so the transaction cost, 10 cents for Zcash. For Bitcoin Cash, it's 0.0024. And for Kaspa, as you can see, there are so many zeros, I don't even want to say them all. Max TPS record, meaning the actual transactions per second record achieved by Kaspa. We know it by now. 5,584. Bitcoin Cash, 116. And for Zcash, 27. Okay? Then the technology, blockdeck proof of work, blockchain proof of work, and blockchain proof of work. So Kaspa has the advantage in many areas here. It's affordable to invest in, has fast block times, low transaction fees, impressive TPS, a truly real-time TPS record, and in this case, a more advanced or newer technology. So a very interesting comparison in my opinion. And you can really see the community, they're fully engaged here and super excited about all these topics. And of course, there's something else that's really interesting to encourage all of us, especially since, yes, the Kaspa price isn't looking so great right now. But we've seen that during the bear market, Kaspa performed extremely well, and that's actually how it really became known. So could it be that Kaspa is following a different cycle? And here, the community, or rather, someone created something really great. And if that's how it turns out, that certainly wouldn't be bad either. Namely, the Bitcoin cycle and the Kaspa cycle. Currently, we see that the Bitcoin cycle didn't perform so well last year during the bear market, but Kaspa did. Now Bitcoin is performing well, and next year it will be Kaspa's turn again. I'm really curious to see if that's how it plays out. I always find images like this very interesting. They have a bit of a meme character to them. And I love memes. That's why it's always nice to show this and see whether it actually turns out that way in the end. None of us know that. Of course, we hope so as the Kaspa community, as Kaspa fans, as Kaspa investors. So stay tuned. Of course, I'll keep making Kaspa videos. I hope you were able to take something away from this video again. Let me say thank you in advance for all the likes, all the comments, and of course for subscribing to the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss any more Kaspa videos. With that, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.